here. Got the water. Got the kombucha. Okay, let's just go. Okay. Hey, all you pilgrims on the Ascension journey. All right. Okay, so talking today, I want to read from Alchemical Wizard 23, the endocrine system connection. So all the chemical messengers, the hormones that are connecting everything and talking to each other. And yeah, let's just get into it today. Down in Southern Oregon again, Travis Carper, Ascension Health Coach. So yeah, let's just get into it today. Okay, Alchemical Wizard 23, the endocrine system connection. Okay, so activating the pineal gland is essential for expanding consciousness and restoring our avatar's health and vibrational frequency. The pineal gland, the hypothalamus, and the pituitary gland have important roles in our awakening in this current ascension process. Our endocrine system is an important linked activator between our biological functions and our spiritual experiences. The endocrine system includes glands such as pituitary, pineal, hypothalamus, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenals, pancreas, ovaries, and testes. These glands use electrical impulses from the nervous system. They don't, they use the electrical impulses from the nervous system, and they regulate that, okay, to affect changes in our biological body that affect emotions, energy levels, and our cognition. Cognition, we have cognition. These glands also use chemical messengers. Hormones are chemical messengers that circulate through our bloodstream and coordinate important body functions. They increase or decrease the nerve impulse levels, which I just said. The hypothalamus plays a central role in linking the nervous system to the endocrine system and in activating the pineal gland. It is also connected to the limbic system, which is the center of our emotions and feelings. The hypothalamus and the pituitary gland affect most of the major systems and organ functions in the body, besides our emotions. They regulate all of our basic survival needs and processes like hunger, thirst, fatigue, sleep, growth, pain relief, blood pressure, and body temperature. The hypothalamus produces neurohormones that communicate with the pituitary gland, signaling the release or inhibition of key pituitary hormones, which harmonize and activate the pineal gland function. By signaling and directing the pituitary, the hypothalamus plays a critical role in the endocrine system. The anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, bear with me here, I know, we're getting somewhere. We're going to connect the dots. The anterior lobe of the pituitary gland secretes hormones that influence lactation, the release of testosterone, the production of human growth hormones, thyroid and sex hormones. The posterior lobe of the pituitary does not produce hormones, but stores and releases two important hormones produced by the brain, oxytocin and vasopressin. Oxytocin stimulates maternal instincts and sexual pleasure. Vasopressin influences circadian rhythms, which the reabsorption of water into the bloodstream, and the paternal protective instincts. Now that's one of the things, because you always hear me talk about getting out in nature and being silent and feeling the circadian rhythm, which is just the harmony of, or that one measurement of the Schumann resonance, which is the 7.83, but it's some of the other measurements, we're going to say it's not shifting because that's a measurement, but at some point we're going to be measuring the planet at a different measurement, because it is in sync with the cosmos and where our solar system is. I've already talked about this a million times. But anyway, suffice to say, the glands, our endocrine system, the hormones, getting centered and trying to meditate outside in nature and letting the natural vibrations of the cosmic and the earthly Gaia run through your own biofield physiology so you can realign. Okay, so let's move on. The pituitary gland's health is important for pineal gland activation. When the pituitary gland and the pineal gland start to vibrate synchronistically, we are inspired to remember, renew, and regenerate our avatar. You know, the avatar, the biological body slash light body, or our overall biofield physiology, how I've been describing it now. So we're obviously, I'm talking about the pineal gland and then the other glands and how they relate to each other. You know, third eye, opening up your third eye, decalcifying your pineal gland. Already wrote a blog about that. That's in there on 3decrees.org, or you can just do one of my favorites, actually. I think I put it in my support for the Ascension process playlist. One of my favorites is from years and years ago, like could be 7 years ago or something, from Infinite Waters Deep Diving. What's his name? I'll think of it in a second. But he had a really good one years and years and years ago. Anyways, cleaning up your pineal gland, decalcifying. There's things that you can do, you know. You can do some kelp iodine. You can do yoga. You can do meditation. That helps. But we're going to move on into this because I think I say something at the end. And we don't want to get off on too many tangents. Okay. Did the posterior lobe that? The pineal gland is situated in the center of the brain behind and above the pituitary gland. The pineal gland is the gland with the highest concentration of energy in the body. That's because it is bathed in highly charged cerebrospinal fluid, or CSF, and has more blood flow per cubic volume than any other organ. The pineal gland is almost the primary source of our biological body's melatonin. Now, darkness and the amount of light activates how much production of melatonin by our pineal gland. The melatonin is essential for its effects on our immune system, our circadian rhythms, which I talk about all the time, and the sanctity of our sleep as well as our mood. Melatonin has and this is natural melatonin. This isn't the synthesized stuff, and I don't even know where they get that from, where they get the synthesized melatonin. For me, for people that are kind of cleaning up their avatar, their biological body, when you take like synthesized melatonin, it really always gives me actually almost nightmares when I'm trying to sleep. So I just do the natural stuff, just do the chamomile and the valerian root, right? Holistic health, right? Get back to the nature, just do the stuff from nature, put it inside this biological body, because that it's you're part of this, right? Our DNA structures are very similar, so doing synthesized stuff, it just it's you know, it's just a pharmaceutical thing, or you know, some of the vitamin and supplements industry, actually, you know, and they get bought out by other corporations and don't give you the best stuff. So you really have to read labels. Okay, just saying. All right, cognitive thinking, critical thinking, cognitive ability. What was from the last video? What was that thing that I did? It was the Sherlock Holmes thing. Oh my gosh, am I gonna forget it again? Deductive reasoning. Got it. Okay, moving on. Where were we? Darkness, I got all that. The melatonin, okay. Circadian rhythm, right? Melatonin, your natural melatonin. So that's why you want to try to eat super healthy, you know, and try to eat, like, get your vitamins and supplements and minerals just from the plants itself. Go to the farmers markets if you can. In fact, for if you're on the low budget and you're even homeless or whatever, I suggest, actually, you know what? The farmers market even takes, most of them take food stamps. I'm not kidding you guys. Okay, so you can get tokens with your food stamps, and you can go to the farmers markets. Now, if you're richer and you're in a higher bracket financially, um, try to make some time out. Even if you have to work less and get less financials, it's important to try to get the linear time to, this is a consideration, it's important to get the linear time just to sit and think. And then keep this with structured water and hydrated, right? And then do some of the nutrients that you need, because we're not getting enough magnesium, we're not getting enough trace minerals, we're not getting the soil-based uh, soil-based organisms. We're not getting like the spore probiotics, you know, the bacteria that's on like a piece of lettuce when you go out to the garden and you grab it and eat it and stuff, and then get the trace minerals from the soil. So we're not getting that anymore. So I'm suggesting here the farmers markets, you know, any heirloom seeds too that you can grow, all that. It's because it clears up your mind. And that's what this whole holistic thing is it's all about the mind, body, and spirit. And you connect that whole thing together, and so your overall biofield physiology, you know, your etheric body or your subtle energy body and your biological body. And you can think better. You can have more, you can use more discernment. You've heard all this before. Okay, where were we, man? Okay, melatonin has an anti-aging effect on our biological body and is also an anti-stress agent along with being an antioxidant. After being released, melatonin travels through the cerebrospinal fluid, CSF, and enters nearby blood vessels in order to be distributed to the rest of the body. When our melatonin production level is low, we experience bad moods, depression, and seasonal disorders. That's why it's important to rest and sleep too, you guys. Don't forget about running around with your head cut off. I'm serious. I mean, I know there's so many distractions. Make a list to simplify, like the life coaches, like what they teach, right? Simplify your life and add in these holistic health tools into your life, even if you have to make less money. Please consider. Now is the time to do it. Now is the linear time. We're in that time. We're in the crunch time right now. Things are going to are changing. There's a lot of hidden stuff going on right now. Okay, an activated and healthy pineal gland produces other neurochemicals as well, including N-D-methyl tryptamine. Well, DMT, okay? DMT. And pinoline. These neurochemicals coordinate biological and emotional processes on a cellular level. I'm not even going to, the DMT and the pinoline connect our higher mind to our biological body. The neurotransmitter serotonin is a precursor of these two neurochemicals, which is made in our gut microbiome, right? Serotonin is 90% of it's made in our gut microbiome. So you want to be able to get this, what you are, what you eat. That's another reason why I always talk about like the higher vibrational foods, or just non-packaged foods. You know, pull it out of the ground, off the vine, off the tree. You know, high vibe, and get those. If you can get like an organic, even organic apples have some bacteria on it and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, because you want to get that, you want to get your good serotonin going, because then when it gets, I'm going to read further here, listen, suggesting listening. What did I say? Serotonin found. Okay, so the gut microbiome. There is a high concentration of serotonin found in our pineal gland, which plays a key role in expanding our consciousness, right? So, starting from the beginning and considering what we eat and what our friendly microorganisms would like to have for optimal health is one of the keys to our awakening. Our gut microbiome health is so important. We have discussed it at length many times. So, okay, so the whole thing is, it's so connected. That's why it's a holistic health thing. It's so connected, you guys. Okay, I'm preaching to the peanut gallery probably. But anyways, the pineal gland is also sensitive to the electromagnetic fluctuations that are occurring with the current photonic energetic waves coming in, right? The air showers, the ionized particles that are coming in, our waves that are coming in, our ascension waves, the photonic, the cosmic rays that's being buffered, not just our sun through the CMEs and, you know, all of that, or the coronal holes, the solar winds and stuff like that. We're talking about like from the center of the galaxy, and then through there it's probably another like galactic or universal thing that comes through. You're talking about prime creator and the energies coming through, because this is that linear time. This is the awakening. This is the apocalypse of the psyche. This is the revelations, whatever you want to, you know, terms and that you want to call it, right? The terminologies, okay? So also, so these cosmic rays and the secondary particles, the ionized particles coming in too, play an effect. That's why there's ascension symptoms too on your glands, on your endocrine system. And here's the connection. You know, the pineal gland, pituitary gland, they're all connected, right? So you want to be healthy for those glands too, right? Okay. So, and that's also helping decalcify our pineal gland, right? Because that fluoride and all the heavy metals and everything, and who knows what other chemicals they dropped on us. Although I'm going to knock on wood right now. Honest, I don't even want to say it, but chemtrails, I haven't seen them. And I heard after July 4th that the whole, you know, team, the whole white hats, the alliance, the Q team, you know, all of that, everybody that's working on all that around the globe, there's a ton of light workers. There's a ton of light workers that are freaking way up there, that are admirals and navies and way up in the military too, guys. And they're all getting together because they have good hearts, and they're saying, okay, enough of the service to self addiction, and we're moving on. We're gonna clean up this place. So all of that's going on, like at every level you can't imagine. I'm economically, politically, geopolitically, I mean, just everything. So anyways, the ascension waves and these particles, the highly charged electrons, right? And then because it's like being, you know, gamma rays, right? And you're like, but it's helping us because they're doing it at a slow interval, right? So that our body, like I did the other video, you know, cosmic rays influence on our biofield physiology, right? And it's helping us absorb more energy, and in turn, and your biological body will start resonating at a higher frequency, because we're moving into the fourth density. And then you'll be connecting more and more to your fifth dimensional self, right? They call it the higher self, okay? Because you'll be able to hear that more. You'll be, especially if you sit down in silence, in nature, and meditate. There's all kinds of techniques that you can do. Use one that is comfortable for you. So the ascension waves are also helping us with the reigniting the DNA strands You know, those guys are antennas now and stuff. So all this stuff's getting cleared up more and more and more, right? And we'll be more and more decalcifying our pineal glands and having an overall health for our endocrine system. Okay? So, with shoes off, out in nature, and letting our biofield physiology synchronize with Gaia's own biofield, the morphogenetic fields, you know, I used to talk about, because that's the old terminology. Actually, it's probably going to be a new one again. We can feel the circadian rhythm connect us to the cosmic rhythm and allowing for DNA upgrades, right? So that's what I wanted to say about the endocrine system connection, you know, and keeping that all healthy. So once again, it's all connected, you guys. So that's why I do the whole, some of the videos and blogs and things that I write about are for the mind, for the emotional, you know, do the transpersonal psychology, do the, get your mind straight so that you can sit in silence enough. Not the old duality, you know, where you have the angel and devil or something. I can't listen, I don't know who's talking. You're trying to focus, get this biological, get your avatar healthy, and then when you're out with your shoes off in nature, you can center. And whether it's, you know, something some good cool like books that you read about Anasazi, you know, maybe there's a Native American medicine wheel you're into, that's cool. If you're into a tarot thing, people that you're intuitive and you're empathic and you can use tarot cards to listen to. Try to incorporate some of these things into your life, even if you're, you know, just working a lot and it sounds foo-foo. Try to incorporate. Their tools, actually, is what they are. They're tools for you to listen to inside. There's a universe inside. You are a multi-dimensional light being, which means you are connected to all of creation. All of creation, there's a prime energy. There's like this massive energy that you can never see because it probably, for us, this human avatar, it'd blind you, it'd burn you out, right? The prime creator. So, and you'll go further into the universal things on that later, right? That maybe however many universes there are, the multiverse, right? So, where was I? Anyways, stay hydrated with structured water, my friends, and until next time, let's there's some energies going on right now. In fact, tomorrow is 8/8. Tomorrow's the Lion's Gate, which the energy that from it's the other portal, you would say, because it lines up with the energy with the Sirius star system, right? So that energy and the collective consciousnesses of that, the corporeal, the non-corporeal ones that are out in that star system, their energy is very loving, the benevolent ones, and that energy. So you can, what they say, basically my intuition or my higher self is that you can open up your portal to that kind of energy too, and you can ask for more guidance from a benevolent energy, which you're connected. Don't forget this. And then people that channel too and stuff. We're all connected to everything. So even if your guide is like you feel like it's separate and it's somewhere else or something, you have a guide from. I mean, you could have an Anunnaki guide. I mean, really. You know, they're not all malevolent. So there's all kinds of things, but you are connected, and you're probably connected because you are a soul, like you're part of a bigger soul group, or your energy, your seed, your star seed, your unit is here from somewhere else, right? Because this is a big deal. This earth thing in our solar system and what's happening right now. It's going through an ascension process while trying to remain on the surface of a planetoid. That's crazy, because you know, usually when you get your sun's changing, right, and it's going to do the little micro, what do they call it, the micronovas, right? Like it'll turn all black because there would be giant or bigger coronal holes, and it'll turn, that 3 days of darkness is a giant coronal hole, right? There's some deductive reasoning. So so sometime in linear future, you know, it wouldn't be cool. It wouldn't be a surprise if we knew all the answers, and you know, Nostradamus came back and said, okay, this is going to happen then, and this and this and this, and blah, blah, blah. But it changes because the timelines can change too, depending on our own collective consciousness, thought, energy. That's energy. So you want to put out the good vibes, right? But you also want to know about all the, you know, crazy dark stuff too, because you want to go through some dark night of your soul. You want to go through that yourself too. That will help. Consider going through, and when you're having all that stuff come out and you're emotional and you're crying and stuff, it's for the best, okay? It'll be for the best. Anyways, that's running long, but it's beautiful out Southern Oregon, right? Hang in there, my friends, man.